The salt marsh is significant for a variety of reasons. One, it is an estuary, a nursery for almost all of the commercially important species to us.
Every week all the classes get to come out here for marine science. We go crabbing. As you can see, we've caught a couple of crabs here this morning. At low tide we can put on boots and walk all through the marsh. And we study all kinds of marine life out here during the year. It's my hope that by coming down here and being able to experience all this firsthand, that these children will grow up with a love for the ocean and the coast.
Some kids don't usually get to fish at a school like usually we get to, and it's pretty fun.
A lot of the sports fish that people enjoy, certainly a lot of the food fish that we enjoy, spend part of their life cycle in the salt marsh, and without that salt marsh, we wouldn't have those fish.
North Carolina is really proud of its natural resources and the fisheries industry. We're good in oysters, we're #1 in hard crabs, and beautiful estuarine primary nursery areas like this produce a lot of seafood that supports a lot of people's livelihoods.
The areas that are available for any kind of shellfish harvest are highly regulated. And they're regulated by taking samples and determining how much bacteria is in the water. When you have a lot of rainfall, it washes bacteria into the water, and if bacteria go above a certain level, then those areas have to be closed.
By removing sediment and pollutants from the rivers, estuaries act as a filtering device before river water reaches the ocean, resulting in cleaner water for both human and marine life.
Biological oxygen demanders, BODs. There's lots of stuff that go in this river that makes its water quality less than ideal. And by further development along the riverfront, although it is a necessity for the economics of the area, you're adding impervious surface.
If everyone just took the time to think about what they put on their lawns, what they put in their cars, washing their car at a car wash instead of their driveway, and how everything that they do ends up in the water. It goes down into the storm drain and into our river and into our sea. And if more people continue contributing to pollution, we probably will have days when the beaches are closed and we won't be able to swim. We'll probably see the diversity of animals that live in our waters decline. Things that will affect why we live here in the first place.
This is Lee Island on the ocean side. We just came up on the sound side where we left the boat. This is a natural beach. If you get up to Topsail right across the inlet up there, that's not as natural because they do re-nourish that beach periodically, because if they didn't, the houses would erode away.
It's important to understand that when we put sand on beaches, the beach is actually not just the part you see. There's a good component of the beach that's underwater, but we can't build sand and pump sand underwater. So what we actually do is we build a bigger beach on the dry part that you can see, and we let Mother Nature work it and distribute it into the underwater portions.
Beach renourishment has been described as being a project that is ongoing. It's never finished because our beaches are constantly being eroded away by the waves and the currents along the ocean front of these barrier islands. And since we put solid structures there that don't move like the beaches move, then we have to do something to the beach to rebuild it back out to where it was when those structures were put there.
Particularly here at the beach, we're particularly concerned with the healthy state of beaches. Beaches provide, obviously recreation is we all love to go to the beach, but they also provide environmental benefits to critters that live at the beach. For example, the big one in North Carolina are sea turtles. If there's no beach, then there's no place for sea turtles to lay their eggs and to hatch. So beach nourishment and healthy beaches are significant to helping keep these endangered species going. I think technology has to be a part of the future. We have to do that because sand is a limited resource, and we have to be innovative and start thinking differently to how we can continue to maintain our beaches.
If changes aren't made to our way of life, our coast and our lifestyles will change drastically in the decades to come. One such change for the future could be the depletion of fossil fuels to the point that gasoline could become extinct. One future power source is the non-polluting fuel cell that operates entirely on water.
What we're going to look at today is this fuel cell, and this fuel cell is an answer to an energy problem. It runs off of pure water. And what we do is we pour a gallon of water into this electrolyzer, and it splits the water through electrolysis, an electrochemical reaction. But it's really all about trying to use what's natural in terms of generating energy. So the universe is made up of 80% hydrogen. We've got plenty of water. We're running out of fossil fuels. This is what we call green, sustainable energy. In fact, as they start putting these things in cars, and if you're traveling across a desert, the byproduct here is a little heat and pure water. So if you were halfway across the desert and you needed water, you'd go back to your exhaust pipe, hold the cup back there, and fill it up with pure water. You can drink the exhaust. But I would say within the next 5 years, this will be an everyday occurrence. Everybody will have these, and they'll be running homes. And in fact, they have them now running homes. They have them running the cars, you know, so they'll be running laptop computers. They may even be running a watch, something real small, or a cell phone. So there's lots of opportunities, lots of possibilities out there. And what we're trying to do is teach the students the basics. So when they get out there, they understand almost how everything works, and then they can venture out. Maybe they'll solve a problem here. And if you solve this problem, solve this one, and solve this one, then you get direction. And that's what we're trying to do.
As vital members of our great community, we all must take the responsibility of keeping our beaches, oceans, and animals healthy, safe, and sound. The Cape Fear region is a spectacular place to enjoy our way of life, and our beaches offer recreation and relaxation to millions of residents and visitors alike. Please take a moment when you are at the beach or on the sea to keep our place in this world clean and beautiful. We hope you enjoyed the experience of learning and seeing what our coast, our energy, and our future has to offer. For all the wonderful professionals, divers, teachers, students, and crew that made this show possible, I'm Duke Fire.